Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever this video finds you, I hope you're having a rad time. I'm the Figure Dude, and on today's Work in Progress Wednesday, we've got the stuff, we've got Buff Bagwell. Without further ado, let's talk about some figures. Dude. Welcome back. Like I said, today we're making an Ultimate Edition Buff Bagwell, and early on in the channel, I did make this Elite Buff Bagwell. Pretty sure it was on the channel, like one of the early Work in Progress Wednesdays, but we're going to upgrade it today. We're going to make it just look better because I've gotten better. I want to upgrade things. So what I plan to do is take this and kind of base it off some of the old Toy Biz figures we got. We've gotten the Jakks Ruthless Aggression, or Classic Superstars, excuse me, which, actually, I was going to say this head came from the Deluxe Aggression, but I think they used the same scan. And then, the Toy Biz figure I mentioned did have that, this kind of same look, this, like, brick along the side. It says Buff, and then, it has the NWO on the front, and he had a few different looks. You know, he had his this brick. He had the like a triangle that just said NWO down the side. He had his overall look, which I think is cool. I might do that sometime. That might be a cool one to do. But I also need to get a top hat for him at some point. But worry about that another day. As far as the formula, it's going to be different than the first Elite that I did. The legs, I'm going to kind of keep the same. So I used some Bobby Roode legs. Not exactly from a Bobby Roode, but I know that at the very least it was like that leg mold. And then some DDP lower legs. The torso for me is going to be from a Batista Ultimate Edition that I have. But if you wanted to do this yourself, a Triple H would be probably cheaper and you don't have to acetone anything. So it would be a lot easier. And then as far as the boots go, I decided to use the Kevin Owens short boots. So if I was trying to look up some reference pictures, and normally he wore like some high, like pretty large boots. But for this attire, what I could find, it looks like he wore his pants over his boots. So it's just like one like piece all the way down. So I decided to go with this shorter boot mold to kind of give it that look, which it seems very different from the rest of all the pictures I could find, but the only ones I could find, that's how it looked for this attire. So that's what I'm going to go with. Anyway, this is one that I've wanted to upgrade for a bit now, so let's not waste any more time. Let's get to it. As always, first thing we've got to do is get the body put together. So I started to acetone the orange off these calves. I had originally made a Jinder Mahal Elite before we got the updated one. So I had the orange on these calves. It did not come off. It was going to be terrible. I was going to go through my weight in acetone. So I decided to just skip the acetone. We're going to just paint over it with black. That'll cover fine. But I will acetone everything else. So got to take care of that. Since I'm not going to acetone the calves, I'm just going to put everything together real quick. Put the pegs in, put the boots on, and I have been just using a hair dryer for a lot of stuff now. If I'm doing a lot, or if I'm doing like heads, sometimes if I'm doing feet, I'll still stick to using the hot water. Then of course I have to crack the torso. Just got to crack the bottom piece of that, swap that out, and then once I got all that together, I'm going to acetone the torso. The arms and the like butterfly joint part are the part that holds the arms are the like soft rubber. So I can use Goof Off on those. It's not going to leave any residue. I am going to use Goof Off here on the rest of the torso, which is the harder plastic. So once I go over that, I'll still go over with nail polish, kind of clean it up a little bit so it doesn't have any of that other residue. Then we just need to finish up with our decals. So gonna get those cut out, gonna get those applied, and I will see you on the other side. There you have it. There is our Ultimate Edition Buff Bagwell, and you can see the head doesn't match. The skin tone doesn't match perfectly. I didn't want to go. I didn't want to paint that today. I did forget to mention there's a tiny clip. I was repainting the arms. I had to put on the black wristbands, wrist tape, whatever. I do really like this. He might be so with the head scan's really large, like really tall. So that does kind of, which does unfortunately give him a little bit of added height. It's not terrible. I do have some comparisons here. So I have him next to my Ultimate Booker T, and again, like this Ultimate Torso for Buff also is really large, so it kind of balloons their height a little bit. So maybe I could have used some smaller calves. I don't really have any that come to mind that would have made this better. Anyway, nonetheless, here he is next to Booker T, my Ultimate Booker T. Then we have him next to the Ultimate Hulk Hogan. And then lastly, I put him next to the Ultimate Edition Goldberg blowing out the smoke. And I think this Goldberg proportionally is not, I don't like how it looks. I like this torso more for Goldberg. I do not like the legs for him. But nonetheless, this is about my Buff Bagwell. Overall, I'm really happy with it. It's going to go great next to the rest of my WCW NWO guys. And I definitely, as soon as I get a chance, as soon as I get another head scan of Buff Bagwell, I will probably be remaking that first attire I did. I don't know, maybe not Ultimate Edition, but I'm going to add that Buff Bagwell back. I'm very nostalgic about that Toy Biz figure. But anyway, that is going to wrap up today's Work in Progress Wednesday. I did want to mention that last week's winner for the giveaway has not messaged me, has not reached out on Instagram. So if that's you, if you're not sure if that's you, go back and watch last week's giveaway video. See if you won the Randy Orton figure. Other than that, if they don't reach out, I will be redoing it. I don't know, tomorrow, Friday maybe. But hopefully we can find a winner and get that Randy Orton shipped out of here before too long. So continue to like, share, subscribe, comment. I always appreciate that. If you want to talk about more action figures, you want to see some more pictures of my collection, head over to my Instagram, thefiguredude247. And remember, you can't buy happiness, but you can buy more action figures. Figure Dude out.